The movie Godzilla Minus One came out in 2023. Now, this is another Godzilla film, but this is a very different Godzilla film. Because instead of it just being a CGI, just fight of whatever mindless plot they're doing, this one is actually a very character-driven and interesting story that you care about, and you're not just rooting for Godzilla, you are rooting for our leads. Because you have our main characters and you have that story. It just happens to be set in a world where Godzilla is the main antagonist. You could have replaced Godzilla with any big threat, and you still could have an amazing story. This story could fit in almost any world with Godzilla is just a variable that they happen to choose. Godzilla equals the big threat they're using for this movie that helps the story thrive. Because we follow this character who, after the trauma of basically seeing Godzilla absolutely wiped through this island, living with the guilt after World War II, after the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombings, Japan is starting to recover. But then Godzilla wipes through and basically takes Japan and uses it as toilet paper and wipes his ass with it. I mean, he absolutely wrecks it, and the morale is just very low. But then the story thrives, and our main characters eventually find a way to fight Godzilla, and it's actually pretty cool. Now, here's the thing. Usually the atomic breath in other movies kind of just blend in with all the other expensive, big CGI action sequences. But here, since it only has a $15 million budget and the different things they do with Godzilla to make him a much more interesting character, when he does use his atomic breath, it feels earned, and it feels like a much larger threat. Because in the other movies, the atomic breath, yeah, it's there and you know it's powerful, but you do not feel a full effects of what it can do just because it's not shown that prominently. Here, it's the exact opposite. There's a big build-up to it. You know it's important, and when it is used spectacularly, and it works very, very well. This whole movie works in such a way that it's able to make the elements of Godzilla and the elements of our main characters in the story, they both thrive off of each other without one feeling less. It all feels very, very good. And this whole story, the whole movie, I mean, if you have not gone to see it, you have to go see it. Especially if you see it in a movie theater. It just makes the experience like a billion times better. Especially now that they're doing the 70th anniversary of Godzilla. It is the perfect time to go watch the movie, because they also have behind the scenes stuff about the movie. And, so yeah, that basically concludes my review of Godzilla Minus One. If you guys enjoyed this video or any of my other content, please subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.